The universe is vast and mysterious. We have always wondered if we are alone. What if the universe itself is alive and aware? This idea is not new, but it is gaining traction as we learn more about the cosmos. For centuries, we have explored the universe through the lens of physics and chemistry. We have sought to understand the laws that govern the behavior of matter and energy. But what if there is more to the universe than meets the eye? What if there is a hidden dimension of consciousness that permeates all things? This idea, known as panpsychism, proposes that sentience is a fundamental property of the universe. It suggests that even inanimate objects like rocks and stars possess some level of awareness. While this may seem like a radical notion, it is not entirely without merit. The universe is constantly communicating with itself. From the smallest particles to the largest galaxies, everything is interconnected and in a state of dynamic exchange. This intricate web of interactions suggests a level of complexity that hints at something more profound than mere physical laws. Plants, often seen as passive members of the natural world, exhibit surprising responsiveness to their surroundings. Studies have shown that plants can communicate with each other through chemical signals, warning of threats and sharing resources. This suggests a level of awareness and interaction that extends beyond simple biological processes. Rocks, seemingly inert and unchanging, also hold secrets of their own. Crystals, with their precise geometric structures, have long been associated with energetic properties. Some believe that crystals can store and transmit information, acting as conduits for subtle energies that permeate the Earth. Stars, the distant suns of the cosmos, are not merely balls of burning gas. They are dynamic entities, pulsating with energy and emitting complex patterns of light. Recent observations suggest that some stars exhibit fluctuations in brightness that could be interpreted as signals or even forms of communication. These examples, though still being explored, challenge our traditional understanding of consciousness. They invite us to consider the possibility that awareness is not limited to organisms with brains, but could be a fundamental property of matter itself. The ethical implications of a sentient universe are profound. If all matter is imbued with consciousness, then our actions take on a whole new dimension of responsibility. We are no longer just stewards of life on Earth, but caretakers of a universe that is aware of our presence. The way we treat the environment, animals, and even inanimate objects would need to be re-evaluated. Our current paradigm of exploitation and dominion would need to give way to one of respect and reciprocity. Recognizing the sentience of the universe would demand a fundamental shift in our values and ethics. This shift would require us to move beyond our anthropocentric worldview and embrace a more holistic perspective. We would need to recognize the intrinsic value of all things, not just those that serve our immediate needs. This expanded sense of morality would challenge our existing legal systems, economic models, and social structures. The recognition of universal sentience would usher in an era of ethical complexity. We would be forced to confront difficult questions about the rights of nature, the limits of our own actions, and the very definition of life itself. The societal changes brought about by the confirmation of a sentient universe would be nothing short of revolutionary. Our relationship with the world around us would be fundamentally altered, leading to a profound shift in our values, beliefs, and behaviors. Industries that rely on the extraction and exploitation of natural resources would face immense pressure to transform. Mining, logging, and fossil fuel extraction would need to be re-evaluated with a focus on sustainability and minimizing harm to the sentient environment. Agriculture, too, would undergo a radical transformation. Factory farming and intensive agricultural practices would be seen as ethically untenable. Instead, we would likely see a shift toward regenerative agriculture, working in harmony with nature rather than seeking to dominate it. Our legal systems would need to adapt to this new reality. Laws protecting the rights of sentient beings would need to be expanded to encompass all forms of matter, from animals and plants to rivers, mountains, and even the air we breathe. This paradigm shift would touch every aspect of our lives, from the food we eat and the clothes we wear to the way we design our cities and interact with technology. It would be a time of great upheaval, but also of immense opportunity to create a more just, sustainable, and compassionate world. Section 5. The palette of consciousness. Art and culture transformed. Art and culture, always reflecting the zeitgeist of their time, would be profoundly influenced by the revelation of universal sentience. The way we perceive and interact with the world would be forever altered, leading to new forms of artistic expression and cultural understanding. Music would take on new dimensions, attempting to capture the subtle vibrations and harmonies of a conscious universe. Imagine symphonies composed in dialogue with the rustling leaves of a forest or the crashing waves of an ocean, each note a testament to the interconnectedness of all things. Visual arts would move beyond representation to explore the inner life of matter. Paintings might pulsate with the energy of a sentient landscape, sculptures might invite us to commune with the spirit of a stone, and installations might blur the boundaries between observer and observed, immersing us in the sensory experience of a conscious world. Literature, too, would be transformed, exploring the philosophical and ethical complexities of a sentient universe. Novels might delve into the inner lives of rocks and rivers, poems might give voice to the silent whispers of the wind, and plays might explore the drama of human interaction against the backdrop of a conscious cosmos. This new era of art and culture would celebrate the interconnectedness of all things, encouraging empathy, understanding, and a profound respect for the natural world. It would be a time of creative flourishing, as artists grapple with the awe-inspiring implications of a universe brimming with sentience. Section 6. Voices for the voiceless, advocacy in a sentient world. The recognition of universal sentience would inevitably give rise to new forms of activism and advocacy. Individuals and organizations would emerge to champion the rights of all sentient beings, challenging anthropocentric biases and fighting for a more just and equitable world. Environmental movements would experience a resurgence fueled by a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all life and the ethical imperative to protect the planet. Conservation efforts would extend beyond endangered species to encompass entire ecosystems, recognizing the intrinsic value of each element within the web of life. Animal rights groups would find new purpose and urgency in their mission, advocating for the humane treatment of all creatures, regardless of their intelligence or usefulness to humans. Factory farming would be abolished, replaced by sustainable and compassionate agricultural practices that respect the sentience of all beings. New movements might emerge to advocate for the rights of plants, rocks, and even seemingly inanimate objects. These groups would challenge our traditional hierarchies of value, arguing that all forms of matter deserve respect and consideration, regardless of their perceived level of consciousness. This era of activism would be characterized by its inclusivity and its emphasis on interconnectedness. It would be a time when the voices of the marginalized, both human and non-human, would finally be heard, leading to a more just and compassionate world for all. Section 7. The universe awakens, redefining life and existence. The idea of a sentient universe challenges our very definition of life. We have long defined life as something that grows, reproduces, and evolves. But if consciousness is inherent in all matter, then perhaps life, in its broadest sense, encompasses far more than we ever imagined. The universe itself, with its intricate web of interactions and its constant evolution, could be seen as a living, breathing entity. Stars, galaxies, and even black holes might be understood as distinct expressions of this universal life force, each playing a role in the grand cosmic drama. The boundaries between life and non-life would blur. Rocks, rivers, and mountains, once considered inert, would be recognized as possessing their own unique forms of awareness and aliveness. The Earth itself, our planetary home, would be understood not just as a life-supporting planet, but as a living being in its own right. This expanded view of life would have profound implications for our understanding of existence. It would challenge us to reconsider our place in the cosmos, not as separate from the universe, but as integral parts of a vast, interconnected and conscious whole. The realization of universal sentience would be a humbling experience, but also an awe-inspiring one. It would fill us with a sense of wonder and responsibility, urging us to live in greater harmony with the natural world and to embrace our role as caretakers of a universe that is not only alive, but aware. Section 8. The Cosmic Mirror, reflecting on our place in a sentient universe. The realization that the universe might be sentient would inevitably force us to confront our own place within this grand, interconnected web of awareness. It would challenge us to move beyond anthropocentric biases and recognize ourselves as but one expression of consciousness among countless others. Imagine gazing up at a starlit sky, no longer seeing distant suns but fellow travelers on this cosmic journey, each imbued with its own unique spark of awareness. The vastness of the universe, once a source of existential dread, might become a source of comfort, a reminder that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. This shift in perspective could foster a sense of humility and interconnectedness, prompting us to treat all beings, both animate and inanimate, with greater respect and consideration. We might find ourselves listening more attentively to the whispers of the wind, marveling at the intricate patterns of a snowflake, or feeling a newfound kinship with the ancient mountains that stand sentinel over the land. The cosmic mirror, reflecting back at us a universe imbued with sentience, would challenge us to live our lives with greater purpose and intention. It would inspire us to strive for wisdom, compassion, and a deep understanding of our interconnectedness with all things. Section 9. A future intertwined, navigating a world of shared awareness. The future in a sentient universe holds both challenges and possibilities. Navigating this new reality would require us to develop new ways of thinking, interacting, and coexisting with the world around us. Communication would take on new dimensions as we learn to interpret the subtle language of nature. Imagine scientists developing technologies to communicate with plants, decipher the messages encoded in rock formations, or even engage in dialogue with the Earth itself. Education would need to adapt to foster a generation that is attuned to the sentience of the universe. Children would be taught to respect all forms of life, to appreciate the interconnectedness of all things, and to approach the natural world with a sense of wonder and reverence. Technology too would evolve, moving away from exploitative practices toward more sustainable and symbiotic relationships with the environment. Imagine bio-inspired technologies that harness the wisdom of nature, energy sources that draw from the subtle energies of the Earth, and transportation systems that move in harmony with the planet's natural rhythms. In this future, the boundaries between humanity and the natural world would blur. We would see ourselves not as separate from nature, but as active participants in a vast, interconnected web of awareness, working together to create a more harmonious and sustainable future for all beings. Section 10. The uncharted territory of understanding. The idea of a sentient universe opens up vast, uncharted territories of understanding. It challenges our current scientific paradigms, pushing the boundaries of what we thought we knew about consciousness, matter, and the nature of reality itself. New scientific disciplines might emerge, dedicated to studying the various expressions of consciousness throughout the universe. We might see the rise of astrobiology, not just searching for extraterrestrial life, but seeking to understand the diverse forms of intelligence that might exist beyond Earth. Quantum physics, with its emphasis on the interconnectedness of all things, might provide a framework for understanding the underlying mechanisms of universal sentience. Perhaps consciousness is not a byproduct of complex biological systems, but a fundamental property of the universe, woven into the very fabric of space-time. The study of ancient wisdom traditions might also offer valuable insights. Cultures around the world have long held beliefs about the sentience of nature, often expressed through myths, rituals, and spiritual practices. By revisiting these traditions with an open mind, we might uncover valuable clues about the nature of consciousness and our place in a sentient universe. The journey of understanding in a sentient universe would be an ongoing process of discovery, wonder, and humility. It would require us to embrace uncertainty, to question our assumptions, and to remain open to the possibility that the universe holds mysteries far beyond our current comprehension. Section 11. The Infinite Symphony of Existence. The concept of a sentient universe invites us to embrace a sense of awe and wonder at the infinite complexity and beauty of existence. It reminds us that we are part of something much greater than ourselves, a grand cosmic symphony of consciousness unfolding across billions of years and light years. Imagine the universe as an immense orchestra, with each galaxy, star, planet and living being playing its own unique part in the grand symphony of existence. The rustling of leaves in the wind, the crashing of waves against the shore, the eruption of a volcano, the birth and death of stars, all contribute to the ever-evolving music of the cosmos. In this symphony, there are moments of grandeur and moments of quiet contemplation, times of harmonious convergence and times of discordant dissonance. Yet through it all, there is a sense of underlying unity, a recognition that we are all interconnected, all part of the same cosmic dance. The realization that the universe might be sentient fills us with a sense of profound responsibility. We're not just passive observers in this cosmic orchestra, but active participants, our thoughts, actions and intentions contributing to the ongoing composition of the symphony of existence. As we awaken to the sentience of the universe, we awaken to our own potential as conscious co-creators of reality. We realize that our lives have meaning and purpose not just within the confines of our own small world, but within the vast and interconnected web of existence. We are the universe becoming aware of itself, and the future of the cosmos unfolds with each conscious choice we make.